I'm Justin Gary, CEO of Stoneblade Entertainment, and I'm here to show off many awesome things that we have here at GAMA, not the least of which is SoulForge Fusion. So SoulForge Fusion is a game that I co-designed with Richard Garfield, who perhaps you've heard of. It is the world's a little bit. He is the person who inspired the entire direction of my life. So it's been an honor to get to work with him. Nice. We are now so it's the world's first hybrid deck game. We actually what a hybrid deck game is it's a deck where the cards are algorithmically generated. So this version of Nova is not going to exist anywhere else in the world. She has her own special powers. She comes with 10 different cards that all include 3 levels that the cards actually level up as you play. You can scan her and add her into your online collection. You can actually play this game via Tabletop Simulator, and we do sanctioned events in the store, online, all throughout the game. So it's an incredibly cool technology that we've added to create a game that you could just customize by shuffling together, but you're never going to have the same deck as everyone else. Every single pack you buy, 100% unique. So it's a really cool new thing that's possible. And what's exciting about the game, because the gameplay itself, the cards actually level up as you play them. So if I play a level 1 Voltaic Prophet, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but whatever, then you get to add the level 2 to your discard pile. And then every 3 turns you shuffle your deck and you start getting access to new cards. You play the level 2, you get access to the level 3. So you can see how a little lowly 6/5 can turn into a giant 15/8. And a lot of the strategy of the game comes down to, do you want to play cards that are better early or better late, and how you want to, which cards you choose to level based on what your opponent's doing. And it also lets us tell really cool stories, right? So a dragon egg can turn into a dragon whelp that can turn into a giant fire-breathing dragon. And so there's like this really fun like mechanical and story mechanism that all ties together in a game that really I've never seen anything like it out there. Nice. And so it's really been exciting, and we've been getting a huge response from people at the show. There's tons of really other cool features about it. We actually number, for collectors, we actually number all the decks, so you know like this is actually deck number 41,000 that we've ever printed. And we do the exact same thing with the cards. So you can actually see on the card, it will tell you the number of times this card was printed when this thing actually gets made. So this is the number, and because we algorithmically generate the cards, there's over 25,000 possible cards in set 1 alone. And it's going to be exponentially increased every time we make a new set. And so there's these really cool, fun, different ways you can go. We have a whole organized play hobby program that's going to be launching when we go to retail. You'll actually be able to influence the story of the event of the game based on how people perform in tournaments. And then because it's digitally printed right here in the US, we're able to change the cards in the very next set based on what you've done. So if you win in your faction, we're going to have a giant world map on our website. You will take over that faction. Your character, your Forgeborn, which is like kind of your avatar, your like Planeswalker in Magic terms, right, will actually evolve in the story, and you'll see the art change, and you'll see the factions shift. So there's tons of really cool stuff that you can do that is kind of just the dream for everything I ever wanted to see in a collectible game. Nice. We've all made it happen and built it into SoulForge Fusion.
Very nice, very nice. Now, when are you planning on releasing this?
Second quarter this year. So right now, we're here at the GAMA trade show, so we're really talking to retailers. So if there's fans out there that are excited about this game, I highly recommend you talk to your friendly local game store, because they have to sign up soon if they want to be a part of our hobby program, where you can get exclusive cool promos and play mats like the one you see here. The only way to get this is to be in a store and play. And so we're going to do new ones every season. And the other fun, like we're doing fun mechanics in addition to pre-releases and storyline tournaments. We're doing a store championship series where you and your buddies can team up. You form a team of 3. You play a league with other people in your store. Then the store selects a champion team, and they go battle the other store's champions. Nice. And if your champion wins, they win something for the whole store. Like the store gets a trophy, everybody gets promo cards. So it's like this fun camaraderie and event, but only if your store signs up early and participates. So it'll be available this summer for in the second quarter for players. Kickstarter backers are going to receive their product. We're going to ship them around the end of April. So some of it will be out there soon, some will be out there in a couple months.
Now, is the website for the game already, how close is that to being finished?
Yeah, so if you want to like have some fun with it, you can actually scan these decks right now. You can put them, they'll show up on the website. This is probably not going to go well on camera. So it'll actually show you the deck. It'll show you who owns the deck if it's owned by somebody. You can sort through it. It'll show you stats for the deck. We're actually going to be adding in rankings. So as the deck performs in tournaments, it'll go from bronze rank to silver rank to gold rank, and then that will unlock like access to new tournaments and cool special events. Like if you have a gold deck, you can go into this tournament. So there's a lot of really fun things we can do with that. Nice. And so the site is up and running, and you can export stuff and play your deck in Tabletop Simulator. Nice. All that stuff is working now, but we're adding in the organized play functionality and adding in the deck rankings, and so we're still like finishing it up, but it's like a lot of cool stuff that you can play with right now.
Nice. Are you going to be able to order cards from the website too, or is it just for the added?
No, just added functionality. We're not right now. We're just there to facilitate building community, and we're there to facilitate people playing the game. And so what we're doing right now is, we want people to buy from their local game stores ideally, and support their stores.
No, that makes sense. I mean, that's where all the playing is going to happen, right? So, awesome. Well, that looks great. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to get involved with the community or start, you don't want to wait because you're impatient, if you go to stoneblade.com, on our homepage there's a Discord link, and we have a free mod you can get in Tabletop Simulator, and we have a bunch of decks just loaded into it. So you can just play right now for free with a bunch of decks, and it's not as cool as playing with your decks, but still you can get a feel for the game, join the community, ask questions. My team and I are like always in there. We just live in Discord these days, and so you can answer questions and play the game and have some fun with it and really get to try it out, because that's the thing that's been the most fun here at the show. This is the first time that I've had this physical, the real product in my hands. And the actual, we had a room full of people last night all playing. We didn't have enough people to demo, so the people I would demo to would then go demo to somebody else. And so I know once you play it, you're going to get hooked. If you're into kind of just good deep strategy trading card games with fast combat and this cool, you're going to love this experience of playing this game. So check it out.
Yeah, can we? Can you show us an example, turn?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So what you'll do is, in order to build your deck, you take any two different Forgeborn decks, you shuffle all the level 1 cards together. So it's going to be a 20 card deck. Once you shuffle that deck together, which I'll do really quickly here on camera, you then draw a hand of 5 cards. One player starts with the Forge, which is this thing colored in. One player doesn't. You also pick which of the two, each deck comes with a Forgeborn, so you'll have 2 to pick from. So you pick which of the 2 Forgeborn is your main character.
Awesome.
Then the person, you have a shared turn. The person who has the Forge goes first. Their cards, all their cards are played to the front row, which means they're aggressive, they're attacking, they're ready to go. The person who plays second can react, but they play to the back row, which means they'll still defend, but they won't attack on their own. So when I play a card, I'll play it to the front row. I then go get the leveled up version from my my level up deck here, and then put that in my discard pile. And then you would get to go and take your turn.
So is this?
Yeah, I think so. Let me make sure, because I wasn't prepared to do a full demo, but yeah, this will work. Why not? So you could just draw a hand and pick any card and play it.
5 cards?
5 cards, yeah. So ideally pick a creature, but doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. So like that?
Great. And because you're the second player, yours is going to be in the back row.
Ah, okay.
And then, and it's lane-based combat. So by playing across from here, you're saying, hey, I want to make sure these guys are going to fight. Or if you think that's not a good fight for you, you might want to play it in another lane. So then you would get the level 2 version of your guy.
Okay. 15 Ranger.
And then I would get to play.
And that goes over here. All right.
So I'm going to play a spell just to show what that looks like.
Yes.
This deals 4 damage to a creature, and I gain 4 health. So we'll do have some dice to mark damage right now. But I also the game also comes with some little token cards if you want to use token cards to represent damage. So, but I'm just going to use dice now because it's a little faster.
Yeah.
So we're doing 4 damage to your guy, so he's down to 3, and I gain 4 health. Both players start at 50. If you can knock the other person down to 0, you win. Just like with creatures, if I play a spell, it levels up. So I will go get my level 2 of Virix Embrace, and now the other any cards that you play then never go back into your deck; they get banished. Okay. So now it's the level 2 version that's going to be in my deck. So you can play another card yourself.
All right, so I'm going to cast this spell.
Choose an enemy creature.
The opponent replaces it with a Wisp minion.
Great. Okay, so Wisp minions. Minions are these little creatures that come in the starter. So every card in your decks is always algorithmically generated, 100% unique. These guys are not. These guys are just little tokens, and so they're all double-sided. Each faction has one that's like a little guy and a big guy. So the Wisp is your little guy. You replace my guy. And again, just like spells, any card I play doesn't go back into my deck. So anytime a guy dies or gets replaced, they go away. And you gain 2 health. No, so then you level it up. Yeah, go get the level 2 version, and then this goes away.
All right.
All right. Now, once you're done with that, we now go into, great.
All right.
Now we go into combat. So I played 2 cards, you played 2 cards. Now we go into combat. Because this guy's in the front row, he's going to try to attack whatever's across from him. Your guy is here, so I'm going to knock you down 2 damage to you, knocking you down to 1, and you're going to do 1 damage to me, also knocking me down to 1.
All right.
Now, at the end of the turn, any cards you didn't play get discarded.
Okay.
We change control of who has the forge. Your characters from the back row move to the front row, and you draw a new hand of 5 cards.
All right.
Now, if your guy wasn't here, of course, if your guy was moved over, I would have instead done 2 damage to you directly.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, just to kind of, to fast forward so people can understand the game,
Yeah.
we do this 2 more times, and you'll note you build up a bunch of level 2 cards in your discard pile. Then after your 3rd turn, we reshuffle, and you move to player level 2.
Ah.
And that's where your new powers get unlocked from your Forgeborn.
Okay.
So you have so your Forgeborn powers. You can use your level 2 Forgeborn power once during the 2nd time through your deck, and you can activate it anytime you could play a card. So you can also use your Forgeborn power or any character powers.
Yeah,
so
I think I saw a card where it said use your Forgeborn power.
Yeah, so there's some cards that let you use them extra times and do cool stuff with it. And so these guys get, and then after you shuffle your deck a 3rd time, now you're going to start getting your level 3 cards, and you have access to your level 3 powers. And then the game rarely goes this long, but if it goes to a 4th cycle, you have these like godly level 4 powers that start crushing people
like
and moving
Dragon
them.
Ball Z.
Yeah, super awesome, supercharged powers. And so, that back and forth flow is the basics of the game. And so you can see like it's very quick. I was able to teach it to you very quickly. There's no mana. You can't get mana screwed. You can't run out of resources. But the fact that the cards level adds all this sophistication because the game you play, in many ways, you build your deck as you play.
Yeah.
Because which card you choose to level will have huge impacts down the road. And so there's a lot of fun and a lot of replayability. And then, of course, every additional deck you buy can then be recombined with every deck you have, and so you have all limitless permutations of stuff that you can have and the experience you can have.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I like that upgrade mechanic. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the heart of the game.
Yeah,
totally. So it's really exciting.
Totally. Excellent. Well, that's fantastic. Thank you for showing that to us.
Yeah, my pleasure.